This video is brought to you by Gamer Geek Studios. Man, there's so many awesome new trailers and reveals from the DC FanDome event this past Saturday to talk about. One of those was all the news and the behind the scenes video turned trailer we got for James Gunn's upcoming take on the Suicide Squad, titled The Suicide Squad.
No shit.
Honestly, I didn't really know what all to make about this movie when it was first announced, mostly because studio interference kinda turned the first one into a big ol' pile of shit. But after everything we got to see on Saturday, I think I might be on board with this one. I mean, come on, a big dumb war movie chock full of comedy and starring a huge cast of some of the most ridiculous characters DC can offer, like Weasel and the Polka Dot Man? What's not to love? Now honestly, we didn't really hear or see too much about the actual story, like what all the squad's mission is this time around, or even who they're going up against, but thanks to some recent rumors and leaks, we may already have our answer. According to a few unnamed people who claim to have seen a test screening of the movie, the big bad this go round is none other than the classic Silver Age villain Starro The Conqueror.
You serious?
Now I know, leaks like these, some random person saying they watched a cut of any movie that isn't out yet, usually turns out to be these kind of ridiculous, my dad works for Nintendo type of things. But honestly, even without any actual proof, I could believe Gunn would pick a villain this big and ridiculous for an already big and ridiculous movie. For those of you not super brushed up on your spacefaring starfish lore, Starro, who first appeared as the very first villain the Justice League faced in 1960's Brave and the Bold number 28, is pretty much what he sounds like. A giant alien who looks like a starfish. And even though Starro's strong, can fly, you know, the usual list of superpowers, it's the parasites it generates, which look like little versions of itself, that are the real threat. If one of them latches onto somebody's face, Starro can control their mind and use them to carry out whatever task it wants them to. Not a bad power for a supervillain. I mean hell, even the Avengers had trouble with Starro one time. But that's a video for another time. Either way though, can we really expect to see the Suicide Squad fighting somebody like this? Well, actually yes, and despite the relative lack of information about specific plot details, we may have seen some confirmation during Saturday's panel. Looking over the trailer again, there's this one shot featuring Polka Dot Man tossing what I'd assume is one of his world famous polka dots while standing around a big group of soldiers. I mean, that's his whole shtick, what else could he be doing? Either way, it looks like it'll be a pretty fun shot in the full movie, but it also looks like there's really not a whole lot else going on here at first glance. But pay close attention to this guy towards the top left corner. Notice that pink and blue thing on his face?
What is that? What the f*** is that?
No, seriously, what is that? Now I know some of you might think, well, why couldn't that guy just have been hit by a flying polka dot or something? And that's a fair point, but two problems with that though. For one thing, this soldier's clearly not a victim of the Polka Dot Man, considering how that distinctly not dot-shaped thing on this dude's face is clearly not one of these polka dots. I mean, we see him throwing them later in the trailer, and those rounded things don't look anything like this with the points and whatever on the end, so clearly something else got stuck to this guy's face. Probably the most obvious thing though is number 2, how none of the other soldiers are being attacked. I mean, if Polka Dot Man hit one of them, you'd think he'd be going after some more, but instead he's attacking something huge. I mean, I'd assume it's huge, considering how he's looking up and throwing stuff at something higher up off camera. What else could he be attacking? Atom Smasher? Seriously though, this weird thing is probably the biggest bit of proof we have right now that Starro's in this movie. The color scheme does fit Starro's design after all, and the points do look like the legs of a little starfish. It's even sitting on the right spot on this dude's face, like come on!
Hold it!
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
And on top of all that, Starro being in this movie would even explain why the sequel's getting such a high body count compared to the first movie. Based on a couple different shots in Saturday's trailer, it looks like we're going to be seeing 2 different squads heading into battle in this movie, which seems weird until you remember the rumors we got towards the end of last year, claiming that Amanda Waller would be burning through multiple teams in an attempt to catch some sort of giant monster. Assuming the rumors are true, then it's possible that this first team, consisting of Weasel, Blackguard, Mongol, Javelin, Captain Boomerang, TDK, who, according to rumors, has the full name The Detachable Kid, and is a new spin on the lamest comic book character ever, Arm Falloff Boy, Savant, and Rick Flag, head into South America, only to either get killed off or brainwashed by the giant starfish. Since he's probably the most competent one of the bunch, I'm guessing Flag escapes and manages to let Waller know what all went down, leading to this next group being sent out to take out both Starro and everyone it brainwashed in the meantime. Sounds crazy, but it's not like the DCEU, or even this franchise, doesn't have experience with mind-controlling invaders, right? Either way, I'm sure we'll get confirmation on Starro's involvement as production keeps moving forward. But anyways guys, that's my take on whether or not we'll be seeing the Starfish Conqueror in James Gunn's upcoming Suicide Squad sequel. If you guys agreed with anything I said in this video, or if you have your own thoughts you want to throw out there, then go ahead and let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, I will see you all next time. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like this video, then go ahead and click that like button, and if you're new, maybe consider clicking that subscribe button too. I've also got links to my Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and Patreon in the description. You should probably check those out too. And if you want to see more of my content, then you can click the link to my last video. It's right there in the middle of your screen. Alright, and I will see you all next time.